everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
I am Bryony, and today we have a special guest to dive into the head of. You're spared from our murky brains today.
You don't want to be in them right now.
No, put your wellies on. But today we have the wonderful G joining us.
Hello.
Welcome, G.
Hello. Good morning. I was going to say, you were like, oh, dive into the head of G. I'm like, head empty, honestly.
Empty.
It is
That's fine.
no man's land.
They're all used to that with us.
Yeah, I think they prefer when it is instead of just us going. Like, for instance, this morning I got woken up because I had a dream that I walked into. I was trying to get my shoes from a cupboard, and the cupboard was full of spiders, and I had spiders in my hair, and it woke me up.
Oh
so
my god!
Let's stay out of my brain today.
Let's not go in there.
Well, I know this is called the comfort zone. I'm not saying all my dreams are horrible, but it feels like more times than not, they are horrible.
Honestly, the amount of people that say that, like, we may as well change the name at this point, to be honest.
Really?
The diss is silent.
The diss is silent. People think, it's such a nice, wholesome podcast. No. We come here and talk about anxiety and how terrible our dreams are.
Yeah. But it's interesting to hear you say that because we've had a couple of people recently who say that they've never had nightmares before.
Yeah, true.
And it's so strange to me.
Like, how?
Yeah.
There has to be a medical thing for that, right? Surely. There has to be some sort of...
medically too joyful.
Yeah.
Tone it down.
You're too good at suppressing the negative thoughts.
One day you're going to have one nightmare and everything will just slip through.
Oh my god.
Open the floodgates.
The floodgate. The gateway
I don't have
nightmare.
A lot, of nightmares. My dreams are all just very passive aggressive. It's not my brain like, I'm not going to go all the way, but, I'll make you uncomfortable, I guess.
Oh my god. Oh god, I wish that was me. So I'm an avid, stress dreamer.
Oh god,
stress nightmare person. And
Welcome
I mentioned
to the club.
Welcome to the club. Thank you very much. So I was speaking to Bryony at the office, and I told her that I had oneirophobia, which is fear of dreams. And she'd mentioned that she'd never heard of that before. So yeah, I can't stand my dreams because I can't tell if they're, obviously you're asleep, you can't tell if they're real, and they feel so real that you can't snap yourself out of it, right? How do you snap yourself out of a dream?
Yeah.
No,
I get that totally.
Will it be that is it sort of you're in everyday scenarios that you can't tell, or can it be something very fantastical but you still can't tell, it just feels so real that you still can't tell where that
it's
line
just
is?
I can't distinguish. Even if it's a nice one, I'm just if it's nice, I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. But then something weird always happens and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. So even last night, perfect example. And sometimes it even happens that even when I do wake up and I do nod off back to sleep, that nightmare will still occur.
Oh,
it'll come back.
It'll still come back. It's like I've just paused it.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Because Eddie gets me up at 6 o'clock in the morning to feed him all the time. So he gets me up at 6. I get up, go feed him, go back to bed, and then it just comes back on again. So the nightmare I was having, specifically part of it was anytime I was in a car or anytime I walked past a certain section to get to this other place, there's a red light from a tower that would shine down on the bridge. And you weren't allowed, I wasn't allowed to go to where I needed to go. I needed to stay there for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And anytime that red light came on, these creepy, horrible monsters were lurking around and coming close to me.
Oh my
Ooh.
God.
And if the red light like went away in that 10 minutes, you know, obviously they went around, but like it was the fear of that red light shining and then these monsters coming around and then like turning back off. And like the people were like, oh yeah, it's fine, you know, just 10 minutes and then you can go. And I'm like, oh, why do I have to stand here for 10 minutes? Just let me go, please. So stuff like that, that's just, what? Like, why is this a dream?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
The fact it comes back after you've woken up as well, like, that's like, I'm struggling to think of a different word for it, but that's the dream scenario for good dreams, you know? Like, if you have a really good dream and something wakes you up, it's like, right, I'm going to close my eyes and it better bloody come back. And it never does. But of course it does for a nightmare.
Yeah.
So, oh, there it is.
Just waiting for you.
Exactly. Oh, it's always the case.
Waking up was just the light turning off for a bit. It's like, yeah, all right, we'll turn off, you can go feed the cat, and then we'll be waiting.
Exactly. Oh my God, I just can't with dreams and nightmares. It's just always been a thing. And yeah, like I stress like a lot. Like I'm just a stress pot. So if I'm stressing about something in my day-to-day life, or, you know, if like, you know, maybe I have a strained relationship or whatever, that scenario will more than likely occur in my dream/nightmare. And it's like, I'm already stressing out about this in real life. The last thing I need is to stress dream about it, you know? Like, please.
Just give it a rest, please.
A literal rest. Like, you need a rest.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I guess a lot of the times when we hear people's dreams and they'll say like, oh, I had a dream about this, which is really weird. Like I had a friend who dreamt that his partner left him for a clone of himself who had nicer shoes. So I looked up shoes in the book and it was saying about like your outward appearance and when you go out. And I was like, oh, maybe it's that you want to be like more confident when you go out and you think that the more confident you is more desirable. So like you get things like that are very like shrouded in this weird dream language. So it's so interesting that your dreams are like, let me just spell it out for you. It's this.
Yeah. Like I'm sure.
No mystery.
I like that there's like, it's so weird because I like stuff like movies and TV shows or books where you have to like read between the lines and like there's symbolism and like something is a metaphor for something. And obviously like dreams are either, like you said, very in your face about what the issue is, or it's just going to be some bizarre thing like, you know, people have nightmares about their teeth falling out, right?
Yeah.
And that means, I don't remember exactly, but that means something. And like, you know, you're falling and you can't stop yourself from falling.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like I have a constant one where I'm driving and I go to like press the brake and that's not working. And then the gas isn't working. So I'm just like, you know, like in this vehicle that's just going and it's not going to stop. So
I'm sure we've had someone on the podcast that's had like dreams like that before as well, like especially with like the brakes cutting out. And I think it was Lydia that said like she would drive somewhere and then she wouldn't be able to get back or something like that. It was always car related, like her anxiety dreams.
Yeah. I think driving dreams are meant to be about taking control of a situation. So I guess if the brakes are cut, then that's you feeling like you don't have control of whatever situation that is. It's just spin it out of control sort of thing.
Yeah, I've looked it up and it said that you're feeling out of control at the moment in life.
Because I get the same dream that Lydia gets. We have the same stress dream where basically you drive to a place and then you get there and then you suddenly go, wait a minute, I can't drive. I don't have a license. I can't get home now. And you're like, do I break the law and drive back or do I wait for someone to pick me up or what do I do?
Oh my God. Wait, so that's a recurring one for you?
Yeah, I've had it quite a few times where it's like all of a sudden a tiny bit of reality kicks in and goes like, you can't drive. You're like, oh no. What do I do?
I never have driving dreams. It's really weird. Like it feels like a lot of my dreams are sort of based in the past. So like I don't dream about my flat, which I've lived in for 4 years. I don't think I've ever had a dream about my flat. I don't dream about driving, even though I passed my test 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's I just never ever have them. It's always just stuff like being at school and stuff like that, which is really strange. It's very weird.
Oh my God, that is another one that I have constantly. So
Having homework due.
yeah, but like for university. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
So for some, I've just remembered another one. So for some reason, I'm always in my third year, my final year at uni, and I remember, like, even like no matter what I'm doing in my dream, I remember that I have to like do my dissertation. And a dissertation is obviously like, I don't know, 15, 20, 25, 30,000 words. So it's like my brain puts me in the worst case scenario. It's like, oh yeah, so you can go and do that thing that you want to do, but first you got to finish your last year of uni and you have like loads of uni work and you've got to do your dissertation. It's like, why is that a recurring dream?
Mm-hmm.
I did remember my dissertation being a bit of a nightmare, so maybe that's
A
why.
literal nightmare.
Yeah.
I always I'm always in either year 11 or year 13. I'm either doing my GCSEs or my A levels. Usually it's A levels, but to be fair, all of my subjects were kind of the same anyway for both of them. But yeah, it's usually art, English, history, homework due, or like I've had a year-long project, like a sort of dissertation style thing, and it's like I've not done any of it, and it's due tomorrow.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Yeah, for me, it's like GCSE age, which is weird because I didn't have a particularly good time of uni, but I did really enjoy writing my dissertation. So maybe that has saved me from worrying about
Your brain's
it.
like, you don't need to remember that nice time that you had.
Yeah, forget about it. Remember your maths homework?
Yeah, I have that one. Just dreams about things that, maybe was stressing me out at some point. If it's not stressing me out right now, my brain will go, yeah, remember when this stressed you out? Remember when that stressed you out? Well, prepare to live that again. Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind, brain.
Ooh, thank you.
I feel like when these things happen, it's like our brains latch onto them and they go like, this can just become the shorthand for
Stress.
Stress. Like in a film, if you see someone kick a dog, you're immediately like, that's a bad guy sort of thing. It's like your brain goes, what's the shorthand for stress? Like, I'll just give you homework again.
Yeah.
Like, you could not though.
Yeah, just don't do that. That would be
No, I
great.
totally get that. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Another one I have is, and this one is like constant. It's always one type of scenario where I am having to fly somewhere and I have to go to the airport and I've not packed my bag. And like I'm like, oh my God, I've not packed my bag, but I have to go to the airport. Otherwise I'm going to miss my flight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty similar to some that I have. Like, I often need to pack loads of stuff into a bag to leave somewhere, but it's just everywhere and it's all falling out of the bag, and it's just I'm trying to catch. Like, I literally this morning, I think I had a dream where I had to just pack loads of stuff up, and I had 3 great big like plush bears, and I was like, why did I bring these with me? And yeah, that and school all the time, constantly.
Oh my God.
Oh, I looked up packing so I have this really highly scientific dream
Very
book that I found
accurate.
it in a charity shop years ago. And it says for packing, when we dream of packing suitcases as though going on a journey, we are highlighting the need to prepare carefully for the next stage of our lives.
Oh.
So I guess, would you feel like there's something happening and you are not prepared?
I think in life I'm very like neurotic when it comes to a schedule and planning, and I like to do things meticulously in advance, but I stress out while I'm doing it. And yeah, I don't know, maybe it's the stress of like with being a perfectionist, right? So a lot of perfectionists, they tend to sort of like hyperfixate, hyperfocus, but they also procrastinate as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I struggle with a lot. It's like I want it to be perfect, but then you just sort of, you know, you end up like procrastinating and not doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I need to wait until I can do it so that I do it right.
Yes. Yeah. And sometimes I have to be in, but I feel like this might be true, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like sometimes with a certain task, I have to be in the right frame of mind for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think the
It's
older
like
I
with,
get, I feel like that.
With tidying as well, if ever I get the urge to actually like tidy, I'm like, seize it now, because it is fleeting.
It's fleeting.
It's like I had this big push of like, I'm going to clear my desk. So I cleared my desk, but all I did was put it in a pile behind me. And now I can't see it. So occasionally when I get up from my desk, I'm just like, oh yeah, you're still here. And then I leave the room.
I did that yesterday with my washing.
One day I'll deal with it.
I've actually been good this week, and I did my washing. I had so much that I had not done, and I did one, I put it on the dryer, and then I did another one. And then when the other stuff was dry, I folded it up and put it in a pile next to the dryer, and it's still there. It's like I'm just making room for the next lot, and then maybe I'll do another one, and we'll have an even bigger pile next to the dryer. But one day I'll put it away.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm like massively OCD, so like tidiness, cleanliness, and like seeing stuff that is like in a particular position on my desk or just around the house. Does that make sense? So like, if I've got like a mug on my desk, it has to sit a certain way. If I've got like a glass on my desk, it has to sit in a certain way. So yeah, like I'm just, and I kind of hate it sometimes because it's like, you know, it's not the end of the world that I should be cleaning or doing something specifically at that moment, but my brain just sort of like has me in a chokehold, and it's like, no, you will do this now.
That kind of tracks with like having dreams of sort of feeling out of control, though. Like, you know, if you want to make sure everything's perfect. I'm the opposite. I have just blinders on, and I put something down, and I don't see it for like 2 weeks. Like, oh, that was there. I put that by the door so that I would take it outside 3 weeks ago. Oh dear.
So that sounds like. Do you have ADHD?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I do.
Okay.
This is the problem we have, is that I'm very much a Kirsty and Alex is very much a G. So we're at this constant like,
the two genders.
I'm putting something down, but then he's tidying it away somewhere. And then I'm like, well, where did it go? And he's like, I put it where it was logical for me to tidy it at the time. And I'm like, where was that? I don't know.
Yes, I hate it. Because my mum is very much like, she's so house proud and everything has its place. So whenever she comes like and visits me, she's like, I'll do a little bit of tidying, you know, just to help out. I'm like, okay. And she moves my stuff and I'm like, where's my stuff? That was supposed to be on my desk right in the middle, but I have to move every time I want to use the keyboard. Why is it not there? It's just... it's organized chaos in my brain. Like,
you've got your piles, but you know exactly what's in. Like, if I think of something, I'm like, oh, I really wanted that purple ribbon that I took off of a present 5 years ago and thought it would come in handy. That's in pile 3.
That's in bag of doom 12.
Heaven forbid we ever live together, Kirsty. It would be a nightmare.
Oh my God, it would. Jesus
Everything,
Christ.
everywhere. Oh, we'd have to get G over just to sort us out.
She's like, no, please, never.
Just hire me. Yeah, I'll keep everything in check. I have ADHD in the sense that I do forget stuff, but my ADHD works. So let's say if I'm cleaning the house, which I did yesterday. So if I go to the bathroom and I'm like, oh, wait, I need to restock the toilet paper. Okay, so go to the storage room, get the toilet paper. Oh wait, I see there's some crystals on the floor from the cat litter. Okay, I'll quickly vacuum that up. Oh wait a minute. Wait, I see the blanket in the other room. It's a bit kerfuffled. I'll go and fix that up. Okay, so I go fix up the blanket. And it's like I do all these 50 different tasks on the way, and it's like, wait, wasn't I supposed to restock the toilet paper, and that's like 15 tasks later. And it's like gets to the end of the day where I'm like, you know, trying to finish everything, and it gets done eventually, but my God, does my brain know how to derail. It's like, come on, man, stay on task.
It's
In
like
the very rare event. Sorry, Brenny, you go.
No, you go.
Oh,
No, you.
you know you. I was just gonna say, in the very rare event that I'm like kind of like that, like I'm in a cleaning mode. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm just all over the place. Like, right, I'll do this, and oh no, I'll do this. I'll do this, and suddenly the shelves that I removed everything from to dust them, there's just shit all over the floor, and I'm like, well, at least the bathroom's clean.
Yeah, I've noticed it when we've been playing Minecraft. Like, there was a recent session where I was like, I want to make a kitchen. And I was like, well, if I'm going to make a kitchen, then I should probably also make this room. But then if I need the kitchen, I need the milk nearby. So I'll make a rooftop barn for the cows. So then I'm like changing all of the ceiling of our house to be a rooftop farm. And then I like finished building the barn, and I was like, I was meant to make the kitchen, wasn't I? So the next week I'm like slowly working back through. Yeah, like slowly working back through all the jobs that I intended to do. And then I was like, well, if you've got a garden on the roof, you may as well have a fountain. So then I'm building a fountain. I've still not made the kitchen that I wanted. It's like the one thing I wanted to make in the first place.
Wait, so do you do that in real life? Or is that like, have you just noticed that in games?
No, I'm very much like that.
Okay.
Like, it's just one of those things that it's so easy to be like, because you, like I said earlier, you're seizing that feeling of like, I'm being productive. And then you just leave this trail of chaos through the house where with like these unfinished jobs.
And you've got the one finished job, but it's like, oh, okay. There's other stuff I gotta go back and do, I guess.
I've put up a shelf, but what did I set out to do today? I was buying new shoes. That was it.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
But then it's like, well, I've accomplished enough today. I'll buy them tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then it happens all over again.
So I go through phases of this, but I've always had something like this in one form or another, whether it's just like a piece of paper or a Padlet or, whatever. I like to do to-do lists or like things I sort of need to do over the course of a day or a week or whatever. So, but recently I bought a planner, not with any dates or anything, just like one that you can like put the dates in yourself or, just sort of use it. Yeah, like willy-nilly, like I'll use a page for a week, to say I need to do this, a podcast here, record there, blah, blah, blah. So like I'm not one of these people that I can use like digital stuff for reminders.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are very techie and they can use like apps for reminders and like apps to like, oh, Alexa, remind me to go pick up like not in a million years can I do something like that. I don't know why. I don't know why my brain is wired that way. I like have to physically write it down in a book or on a piece of paper, and then like as soon as it's done, I'm like, highlight it, done, dusted.
That's in the brain now, registered.
Yeah, yes. There's something about doing something physically that helps me remember.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Like if I download an app that is to remind me about stuff, I just forget it's there. Like, I'm a little bit better with like stuff on the internet, like browsers, because it's there when I'm on my PC and it's like, oh, that's there. And I'll look at it and be like, I've done none of that. But if I write it down, I'm so much more likely to remember. It's like when I was at uni, when I was in a lecture, I would just like touch type all of the notes while the lecturer was speaking, and I would literally just write everything out word for word, and then I'd go back to my room and I would rewrite everything. And that was how I remembered. And people were like, they're going to upload their notes. I was like, yeah, but I didn't write them. Like, they're not gonna stay in there if I don't write them.
Yeah. There's something about like my memory is just dog shit. So like
same.
I need to write something down. Like, it needs, I don't know how to explain it. It needs to be memorable. Something memorable needs to happen in order for it to actually sink in for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a struggle because, I forget a lot. I'm very forgetful. The only thing that does actually help that's digital is when I know I have like an event or like a thing that I need to do that's like I have to physically get up and go somewhere and do something. So like I will lodge reminders in my calendar on my phone. So like if I've got a hair appointment or if I'm catching a train or if I've got to record something and it's like important, because obviously our phones are like, attached to us at all times. So the reminder will pop up at least.
Yeah. Well, that was my method. I actually did this today. I was in bed and I was just about to fall asleep. And then I was like, at 9 o'clock in the morning, Johnny Flynn tickets go on sale. And I was like, I can't set a reminder because I won't look at it. So I messaged Kirsty and just said tickets before I fell asleep because I knew that she'd reply like, what? And then I would check her message in the morning when I woke up.
But you still forgot.
Well, yeah, because then I woke up too early but I did get the tickets.
Okay.
But it was at like 9:40 that I suddenly went, wait, what? Tickets? No. I got them. But yeah, that's my method is if I have to remember something, I would message someone and then I won't read their messages and then the notification will eventually bug me into remembering.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
If I know I have to reply to someone, I purposely just don't check their messages or I just leave it unread. Yeah,
Yes.
It's like,
Oh my
I
God.
will remember that later. As soon as it's read, it's like, nope, that's being forgotten.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. It's a really big issue on Discord. So, because like with Discord, you can't, like with a lot of apps, you can
unread a message.
Yeah, you can unread a message, right? So that little notification is there. But with Discord, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you
it
can.
is. You can?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think? Yeah, because that would be really helpful because obviously Discord is
hang
a
on,
big...
you can.
Wait, can you?
Yeah. If you right click on a message in a DM, you can mark unread. Oh my God.
Wait, on a
What?
message
Okay.
in a DM. Hold on.
This is a game changer.
This is revolutionary.
Life hacks. Live on Comfort Zone.
Oh my God, we're such boomers. That is
Wait, can
so
you do it on
helpful.
mobile?
Because the amount of times I've accidentally, like, I've gone on someone's message and I'm like, I can't sort this out right now. I need to come back to this.
Yeah.
But then that little one is gone. So I was like, I'm gonna forget this. Oh my God.
Oh my
that's
gosh,
brilliant.
you can do it on mobile as well. This has opened new doors.
This is amazing.
This is really good because Discord is such a big part of our work, our job, right? Because we get like notifications left, right, and center sometimes, and it's like hard to keep track. But I guess there's where is it? If you're in like a server, like one of the servers that we're in, you can click notification, the little bell in the top right, and then you can check like mentions and all messages, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To see if you've been like added that day.
Well, I think there's the inbox button as well on the top right that it will show you all of the times you've been pinged anywhere across all your servers.
Yeah. That's super helpful.
Because we've got so many different Discords that there are times when I'm like, I got a message somewhere in one of them and I don't know where and I didn't reply.
I'm learning so much today.
Yeah. You know what the worst about that is? So we will get pinged about something. And then it's like, okay, hey guys, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, and then because we've got like 2 to 3 like Yogs server type things, I'm like, and because there's so many channels in those servers, I'm like, wait a minute, where the hell was that ping? Where did that come from? Oh, because I'll see it on my phone and then I'm like, okay, I'll handle that when I get to my PC. And then it's just gone.
Yeah.
and I have to like needle in a haystack, click on all of the text channels to be like, where did it go?
I'll be like trying desperately to think of one specific word that was used that I can search for in the Discord. I'm like, did they say biscuits at some point? I'll search for biscuits everywhere.
Okay, I just clicked Marcus read on every single unread message in that inbox button, and now they're all gone. And I didn't mean to. I'm never gonna reply to anything ever again.
Oh no!
Sorry to anyone who's messaged Kirsty. That's it's gone now.
It just had a little tick, and I was like, "Yeah, get rid of that one." And then they all went, "Oh
no!"
Okay. Bye.
Oh dear, the woes of being ADHD.
Yeah, this is so good to know though, because every Christmas I run a Secret Santa, so all of a sudden I'll have because I get people to DM me, so I'll have 45 DMs, and if I'm on my phone and I'm like, it bugs me so much that I'm like, I can't read this message because I will forget if I'm not at my computer, but now I know that I can. It's so freeing.
Oh, the more you know. I bet the people listening are going to be like, yeah, that's been a thing for ages, guys. Come on.
That's always been a thing.
Yeah, we're professional. We know what we're doing sometimes.
Oh, jeez. Does the sort of the physical writing down of stuff, does that ever translate into your dreams? Do you ever find yourself... Because I think, Kirsty, did you say that you can't read things in your dream? Not that you can't read, but there's nothing.
In dreams,
Kirsty never learned how to read.
I can't read. That's
why we have to do a podcast.
I didn't know about the Marcus Red thing. But I think it's a thing for a lot of people. Like, it sort of seems to be just a general sort of phenomenon. But yeah, like words, just like if I write something down in a book in a dream, I'll look at the book and it will just be like squiggles. But my brain will be like, yes, those are words, and they say this, but they're not words. Absolutely not.
That's interesting.
I think I've maybe actually been able to see and read text properly in a dream like once or twice.
Yeah.
But I think it's just one of those dream things where you just can't really sort of register text. It's kind of like an AI generated text just there, like blah, 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 and it's I don't know what this says.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't think if I really stop and think about it, I don't think I've ever, I mean, not that I can remember, but reading and writing in a dream, I don't think I've ever done that. My dreams are always just trying to kill me. They're just out to get me. It's nothing as ever eloquent as, oh, you cannot read today, you stupid idiot. I'm going to try to kill you.
It's time to die.
Oh, that's what it feels like. I don't know. I think it's, I've just maybe got visceral dreams, visceral imagination. So then that translates into dreams.
Has it always been like this? Like, did you have nicer dreams in chat? Oh, so it's just always spooky all the time.
It's not always spooky all the time. I do have nice ones, but I feel like they're far and few in between. And obviously the negative in any scenario will always stick out. You know, there could be a sea of positives, but then that one negative will just overshadow.
Like the YouTube comments.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. So my mentality when it comes to YouTube comments in general is these people, or people who watch us, people who listen to us, they obviously don't know us, right? They know of the things that they see on a stream that they watch for 3 hours or an hour episode on a podcast. They're never going to know us. And if someone passes some serious judgment and they say something negative or whatever, they don't know us. And that's what we have to remind ourselves. They don't know us. They know the bare minimum. And that person won't think about you the next day. So why should you think about them?
Yeah.
Right? And I know it's hard to convince yourself and to ingrain that in your brain, because it's oh, this person said something negative. But first of all, somebody who takes the time to say something negative, they've probably not got a lot going on in their life.
That's what I always think. I always think people who make those comments, they're not happy people don't make those comments.
No, and I think that, and this might be a generalization, but whatever. Somebody who says negative stuff on the internet probably doesn't have a lot of people listening to them in real life. So they go online, they say something negative, it gets maybe a couple likes from like the same sort of type person, and then they've got their serotonin, their dopamine hit of the day. And it's like, if you need to do stuff like that to make yourself feel like you're alive or you've got something going on in your life, then I won't give a second thought to that kind of person, because you could have just not said anything. You could have just, like, there's plenty of times where I've watched something and I've thought something like slightly negative, but there's no need for me to make that comment. I'll just keep it in my brain and get on with my day. You don't need to make someone else feel bad or like put them down, but that's what they want to do. They want you to notice them.
That's the thing.
I've always tried to do it the same way that I would approach training a dog, where you reward the positive and ignore the negative. So anyone who says nice things, I'll reply, I'll give you a like, I'll be like, oh, thanks, that's so nice, I'll share this comment. Anyone else, I'm just like, you're pooping on the floor, I'm turning my back on you until you're being sensible.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to say. Like, I think a lot of them, they're sort of fishing for a reaction, aren't they, a lot of the time?
Yeah.
And it is so tempting sometimes to just leave a snarky comment and just be like, yeah, well, fuck you then. But, that's just... It's so counterproductive, because they've got what they want if you do that,
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going around commenting on all the nice ones and their comments just there with like no likes and they're just being angry, it's just like, hey, I win.
Yeah, exactly. So you're giving the positive energy back to like the positive ones, and they can just sit there and stew in their negativity if they want to be negative. Like, again, you're not gonna like everyone in life. You're not gonna get along with everyone in life, but if you've got like nothing nice to say, just don't say it. But that's just that is how social media in general works. It feeds off of the negative and the positive and the algorithm. And it's like, there's this girl who posts videos that I see, and this is on like Instagram and TikTok, and she like posts a bunch of like skits, and I don't know if they're skits, but she does stuff that like makes her look like people are out to get her all the time. But the people like she'll go to a red carpet event, let's say, and she's like not really a celebrity or anything. She's just like a creator or whatever. And she'll put in the text over the video, and she'll say, oh, I went to the red carpet and nobody wanted to take my picture. And so she'll post like loads of those types of videos. And like, personally, that's bad, because she's trying to build her account by making videos that is just people attacking her all the time, even though that's not the case. She's just making stuff up.
Yeah.
And then all of the comments are people just being like, you're delusional, you're like this, you're that, like just all these negative comments. But they're negative, yes, but it's still giving her account and those videos engagement and traction.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how do you people not realize this? Like, stop! Like, what?
It's like rage bait videos, like sort of like the how-to basic sort of things, where they get a t-shirt and they cut it up and make a little bra out of it, and it looks awful. And it's like, that's literally just so that people comment and go, "What the fuck are you doing? This is so odd." And like, there's like a whole subgenre now of like, oh God, I don't know, I probably shouldn't bring this up, but there's a whole subgenre of foot fetish ones now, apparently. Which...
No, you're in the right company.
You're in the right company. Yeah, literally. And people like on like Reddit, like there are subreddits like dedicated to rage bait, where it's like, look at this stupid video, which is just so counterproductive again. But people are always like, oh no, this is like a fetish thing, but it's really, really poorly disguised as rage bait, so it just gets tons of engagement. And it's just like, why is this a thing? Why is the internet designed this way? It's really weird. Yeah,
it's so bad though, because it's like, that girl, clearly she has no other selling point, or she figures that she doesn't have any other selling point about herself. So she makes loads of videos where like she'll film herself and she's like eating, and then she'll like polish off the whole plate, and then there's like a person at the other end that we can't see, but we can hear them. like the waiter, let's say, and then she's like, oh, I ate all of my food, but like this isn't really what I ordered. I wanted something that was like this. And then the waiter is like, well, you kind of polish it all off. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
So it's just like rage baity videos like that. It's like, but then people comment and they like feed into it. It's like, how?
It's like I was saying this to Kirsty recently. Was it yesterday we were talking about this? Because obviously I'm vegan and Facebook has figured this out, so it suggests a lot of stuff to me. But all the comments on the things it suggests will be people who aren't vegan getting angry about it, and I'm like, why are you on this page? Like, why are you here just to be annoyed?
It's like the people on Twitter that follow certain tags, and as soon as anyone posts about a certain thing, they're there just like being aggressive, and it's just like, do you have nothing better to do with your life?
This is why I don't use Twitter. I've stopped using it such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like
Absolute dumpster fire.
Oh yeah, it like a lot of the work that we do requires like a social post and stuff like that. But I think a lot of companies are realizing that Twitter is just not the way to go anymore. And
I've noticed that a lot of like work, they don't really request like a Twitter post anymore. If I get, probably best not to do that.
yeah. If I get something and they say, oh, we want you to do a social post, I'm like, listen, Twitter is not what it used to be. They've gauged that the engagement on a post is low now, because if you've got a link in there, if you're endorsing something, it's just not going to get the visibility that it used to back in the day. So I would highly advise against it. It's just not. Yeah. It's just counterproductive. But just in general, I just find Twitter just the worst. It's just like people being angry about things and shouting at each other and getting angry. And I'm just like, I just want to look at art and repost anime stuff, man. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. Yep.
That's why I've gone back to Tumblr. That's funny.
I love Tumblr.
Love Tumblr.
I feel like such a boomer when I'm on Tumblr though, because I don't know like the Tumblr etiquette. So I'll be like, do I repost this, or do I like it, or do I need the tag still? And I'm just like, I hope I'm not offending you. Thank you for your art.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But I'll very much approach social media in the same way that I would like feed a bear. I'll just throw something out there and then run away. And I'm like, the little times I spend here as possible, the better.
To be honest, I do that like in terms of posting. Like I'm so shit being a content creator, because when it comes to posting on social media, I'm like, nah. I'll pass.
I don't know if you guys, I don't think you are, from like the time that I did spend on social media years ago. I don't remember you guys. So there's like all sorts of people who post on Twitter, right? There's the people who like post every thought that crops up into their head and they like write about it, and like that's fine and everything, but you've just got like this whole feed of people doing that, and then like I found that it was like affecting my mental health too, because it's there was a lot of like doom stuff and like people just being negative or people doing things for show, and then it's like if like you're not having a good time in your life at that point in time, and it's just sort of like it makes you feel worse, right, when you see stuff. And I just kind of like to shut my mind off from it and like not see it, because I feel like if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and I'm happier that way, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I sort of like Tumblr. Like sometimes I'm on Tumblr and I feel like it's a bit sparse because I'm not following enough tags, and it's like, oh, I've seen these posts like a million times already. But that's kind of nice because I'm not getting loads of really weird shit recommended to me. Like Twitter will always default back to the For You page, and then suddenly I'm seeing all of these horrible, horrible people, and it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I go on Tumblr, I see a nice picture of a rat, and I'm like, yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Today's a good day. That's a rat.
I totally agree.
And then I just hit that little reblog, and
they're
I'm
total
happy.
strangers, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I don't know. I love your art. I'll like it. I'll reblog it. That's great. But with Twitter, it's like, it just feels like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, especially with like the way it's run now, especially like with with the blue checks and stuff. It's just like,
Oh
ugh.
yeah. No, it's just it's hidden now. Like so, it's always been a popularity contest, but now it's like even worse. Yeah,
it's like endorsed as a popularity contest. Like it's official.
Also, not having that control over responses. Like if I post something on my Instagram and someone says something mean, I'm just like, I'll delete it. Fine. If someone says something on Twitter, it's just there. Like, there's nothing you can do. You can
Can you not delete people's comments on Twitter anymore?
You can hide them, but people can then look at them
everyone
and
else
reply.
still sees them. Yeah.
What?
And then it's like, well, I've made the effort to hide this, so I don't want people to see it, and it's highlighting that fact.
Yeah.
It's
like,
completely
do you want to see what
counterproductive.
upset this person?
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's like when like brands post stuff and then they start hiding all this, like the thirsty replies, and it's like, don't check the hidden replies. And you go in there and it's like, oh God, what have I done?
Oh my God! Wait, I could have maybe I'm wrong, but could you delete stuff back in? Or could you never do that? Maybe I'm just crossing my wires.
No, I don't think you could on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah. But it's like, especially as someone who, like, when you have bunnies, people will make dumb comments very often. So it's nice to just be able to be like, delete. I'm not dealing with you. Whereas, on Twitter, sometimes I'm scared to post photos of the bunnies because I'm like, what if someone says something mean and I can't ignore it?
Yeah.
Aww.
That's the thing. Like I had that with rats too. Like people they're just mean. They're just mean. And
they're just little guys.
They're just little guys. They're just trying to eat,
I just don't get people who like
cheese.
feel the need to say, like, I'm not going to sit here and act like an angel and say that I don't think negative thoughts. Obviously that does happen.
But you have like the restraint to,
I have
to be like,
restraint.
I'm not going to post this because it's going to upset someone, and I'll just move on with my day.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever once in my life gone out of my just to go on like a YouTube video or a picture of someone and say something negative. Like what the actual fuck? But people do this on a daily basis.
Yeah, literally. It's just so bizarre. Like, and obviously you get it in like Twitch chat as well, don't you? Like I had a raid the other day and like everyone's coming in, they're like, hello, posting like lots of waves. And then I just saw one person there go, eh. And I was like, just leave. Why did you stay? You didn't have to come.
Yeah. Oh my, that enrages me. That really does enrage me because it's like, you didn't need to do that, did you?
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that, but you chose to, didn't you? You chose to.
You chose to be an asshole.
When people come in and they're like, oh, no, I don't like this game. And I'm like, why did you click on the stream then?
Did you know that I'm not the only stream on Twitch? It's wild, I know, but there are actually a few other people.
There's a whole world out there.
It's when they go out of their way to make that comment as well. And it's like, I get sometimes people coming in and being like, oh, you're not like one of those big titty streamers. I respect you. I'm like, okay. Like, all right.
Cheers. Didn't realize that having tits, immediately made me a terrible person, but thanks a bunch.
It's like the need that they feel to like bring it up to you, and it's like, okay, thank you.
It's as if they think that you're gonna be like,
pat them on the back,
and be like, thank you for noticing. Yes,
thank you so much.
I am better than other people. What do you think
like
you're gonna
girls.
say? Like, literally. Because I used to get it all the time when back when they didn't have the animals, aquariums and zoos, when I was doing my bunny streams, it would be in Just Chatting. And I would get so many people coming in and being like, finally, not boobies. And I'd be like, how many boobies did you scroll through just so you could say that?
Well, listen, in some people's defense, like I have seen the Just Chatting section and sweet Jesus, like, woo, there's some stuff going on in that section. And, like,
that's true.
That's a whole like can of worms that I don't want to get into because we're running out of time.
Well, very quickly, there was something that amused me the other day because when you get like the body painting streams, I had Twitch popped up the other day, and so Kirsty has another like Do you mind if I say the name of your relaxed
go ahead.
channel? So she has a relaxed, I don't want to be on, but I want to stream, called Stinky Kirsty. And it literally said, because Stinky Kirsty isn't live, maybe watch this. And it was a body painting stream. And I was like, yes, my alternative to Stinky Kirsty.
Oh my God.
Literally, I mean, how? What?
Yeah, the recommended stuff on Twitch is just insane. Like the amount of times, so I have the BTTV extension where I can hide recommended channels.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that with BTTV.
You can and you should.
I'm learning
I
so
have
much
to go
today.
through individually and be like, not interested, thank you.
Yeah.
The only things that I can see on my left hand side in that little column is the people I follow. So if you guys are live, I can see that you guys are live. But yeah, I don't see like the people and they're always recommending that. I think any sort of stream that you've watched in the past, they sort of like try to gear it towards that, but it's always like the big honchos of Twitch, you know. And it's like I don't.
No, thanks.
No, I'm good. Yeah, but yeah, with the just chatting stuff, like I can kind of see where people are coming from, because it's like, I don't really think it's appropriate for a woman to be laying on a bed in like the tightest spray painted on tights, and you can almost see her coochie, a little meat taco, and it's like, what is going on this platform nowadays? What's happening? I just wanted to see like, I don't know, cute animals, or
I just want to play Mario
or play Super Mario, and I just feel like there's a place for everything, right?
Yeah.
But that kind of content, and again, this might be controversial because
the hot taking coming.
Yeah, hot taking coming. But I don't think Twitch is the platform for that kind of content.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like there are websites and stuff like specifically, I think, geared towards stuff like that. But
yeah, there's loads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's plenty to choose from.
Yeah, but I just sort of like have come to a point where I just have to just drown it out now. Like it is what it is, and Twitch I feel like they're not going to change it. It's kind of disheartening a little bit, but there's nothing really I can do.
It's the sort of similar with Tumblr in a way. I won't go on too much because we've only got like 5 minutes left. But Tumblr has, it seems, I don't know if I've not really clicked on it, but I feel like it has some sort of live streaming thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
It does.
Recommended them.
Every time I'm on Tumblr, I'm recommended. And all of them just seem to look like spicy streams.
That's what Barbara said.
Yeah, like girls with their tits out. And I'm like, I'm not here for that, but there's no way of hiding it. It's like, yeah, sure, if people want to watch it, fine. But it's there right at the top of my feed every day. And I'm like, I don't care.
I'm like, I literally follow
interested.
Worm on a String and Bunny Rabbits. And you think, well, maybe chuck this into the mix.
Another thing as well, like I literally posted the other day, like in my echo chamber that is my Tumblr, because I don't really have any followers. But I was just like, there are so many bots on there now that just keep posting like scam links to porn.
Yeah.
And they keep tagging them with Yogscast, Raps, Cardcaptor Sakura, which are all of the only things that I follow on Tumblr. It's like, I just want to look at some cute Cardcaptor's art and there's a fucking vagina right there. And I'm just like, for God's sake. I'm like, please, I don't want to see your hoo-hoo. I just want to see nice art and rats. Like, please. And every day I'm like, report. I don't want to see them. Just get rid of them, please. And nope, they're still there. Okay.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I
and
do
it's like,
love.
you follow Yogscast. You might like this, and it's just a massive pair of tits in my face. I'm like, okay, nice suggestion, thank you, but
Thank you. I'll take that in stride, but not today.
not today. Good try though.
Oh my God, the world's gone
if
mad.
if other places did this. Like, you went into like an ice cream parlor and they were just there like,
You like ice cream? What about this?
do you want like a spicy chili
You
hot
see-
dog? And you're like, no, I'm here for the ice cream.
No, you go for an ice cream and then there's a pamphlet for an OnlyFans person on the stack on the right. It's like, I see you've come here for some ice cream. Would you like to partake in some softcore porn by any chance? Like I said, time and place for everything, right?
Literally.
And it's like, especially if your algorithm is geared to the very specific stuff that you guys have mentioned.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I getting recommended these insane things? Because it's just like, especially on like Instagram, it's whatever, I watch a lot of cat videos, right? But then the odd like viral video will slip in, right? Like something like a rage bait one, or one that's like garnered popularity because it's just gotten a lot of views, a lot of likes, a lot of comments and engagement. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I have to see this now.
Just see it. Thanks.
There's no way out of it. So
it's like we were talking about this the other day. Like Bryony mentioned, like, oh, people are going to judge me if they see my recommended page on Instagram. Like it's just all Astarian. and I was like, oh, I wonder what mine is. And I went and looked, and it was just so wild. Like it was like body mods, like people with shitloads of piercings and like,
was this on Twitter?
Black work, Instagram.
Oh,
and
Instagram.
Like crazy tattoos and like really intense body modifications, which good for them. I'm not interested. And then there was just like loads of like pregnant people, and I was like, I don't want to see that. I'm one of those people that gets really uncomfortable when they see pregnant people. Like I hate the idea of it. It's horrible. It makes me just like blah, blah, blah. And it keeps throwing these at me, and I'm like, why does the algorithm think I'm interested in this?
I get this with TikTok, because obviously TikTok, I think it works on how long you like linger on something. So I'll be scrolling through and it'll be like cats, bunnies, dogs, all of this stuff. And then it will get to a random thing that I'll be like, wait, what is this? Why is this on? And then the algorithm goes, I see you lingered upon this. I will only offer you this now. And I'm like, but I didn't want it.
Just out of curiosity, you were like, okay, what's this? And then it's like, okay, I guess you want like 500 more of these then, right?
Now.
Yeah, because there was this guy who kept on popping up on my TikTok, because I guess he must have popped up, and I guess I was thinking, maybe he has a dog he's about to show me. But no, he's actually just about to say, like, you're a good girl, why don't you call me daddy or something? And then I'm like, okay, no, scroll on. But then it's like, no, I'm going to keep on popping up.
Right? There's a guy on Instagram, bless him, he's doing great. He's got loads of followers. He talks about ADHD a lot. And I think I followed him because he made like a good post about ADHD. And I was like, okay, yes, it's quite interesting. But then he starts talking about like, oh yes, ADHD, they love being subs. So you better watch this video or daddy's going to be mad. And I was just like, I don't want this. Unfollow, delete. why is this here? And then it's just like he keeps showing up on my feed now. And I'm like, no,
Daddy, no,
Daddy, no.
So you know what it is? It's just people who are the like content creators making these videos. So maybe at one point they were doing something specific, and then eventually, because of how like aggressive the algorithm is and how it works, people have to end up doing things to align themselves with the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
And to make sure that they do actually get caught up in that wave, that sort of thing that is the algorithm, to end up on like people like your page and like, you know, in your recommended and stuff, which is why I like Twitch. Like Twitch, you know, if you're a variety streamer, you don't really have to go with the trends. You can sort of do whatever you want. And I like that there's no sort of set confinement. Like, you know, it has its limitations here and there. But, you know, when you're talking about TikTok or when you're talking about, you know, Instagram and whatever else, like I feel like you just constantly have to go with the trends. And
it's such a shame as well, like when something you really enjoy just starts to change it up and try to sort of go more with the flow, and it's like, this isn't why I followed you because you were different to, you know, just like the regular stuff.
When people start just recreating the same video over and over again, I saw one recently that was like, my wife was sad, so I surprised her with this like cuddly shark blanket, and I was like, oh, that's really cute. And then I clicked on it, and it was the same guy every day, like surprised by. I was like, how is this woman still surprised? You've got to have the same shark blanket for the last year every day. Like,
Oh my gosh.
No,
she
people
must
will
cotton
jump
on
on
eventually.
I was going to say
wait a minute. I've seen this before. Hey.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like one YouTuber that I've started watching lately, I really enjoy them because they're just doing their own thing and it's really taken off. And I really hope they don't start trying to, be more normal. But they're called Future Canoe and it's a cooking channel and it's just a guy that's a line chef in New York and he just tries to recreate like viral recipes, but he just does it his own way. And he's just really chill. Like he doesn't put like a color filter or color grading on his video, so everything just looks a bit shit. He's like he gets some chicken out and it looks like green, and everyone's like, "Your chicken's radioactive." He's like, "Yeah," and it's just. And he was at one point he was like, a lot of professionals, they put like color grading and stuff on their videos. What do you guys like? What would you think if I did that? And everyone was like, "Nope, don't do it. Just leave it. Like we're here for the jank. We don't care." And he is like he's getting so big now because he just is just kind of normal and it's really nice. Like he's doing a recipe. He's like, oh, the recipe needed sage, so here's some more coriander. It's just really blasé and it's just really good. Like it's so good. And yeah, it's such a shame that the algorithm like sort of just
doesn't reward
chokeholds you.
Yeah,
or like
any of that creativity or like the will to be a little bit different, like it just so often just sort of quashes that.
It's either gonna work or it's not, basically. And you have to
That's the thing. You gotta have a little bit of charm, I think. Like if some people did that, it would just be like, oh, this is really shit. But he's funny about it and like, he's just like it's like the perfect formula and it's really good.
The internet is like a really good and a really bad thing. Like there's so much like good stuff and there's, like back in the day when you wanted to watch a cooking channel, you only had the set things on TV, right?
Yeah.
You had the big personalities like your fucking Martha Stewart and whatever else. So, but now like with the internet, it's like people can take things into their own hands and they can produce and film and edit and do things with their own flair and in their own way. And I think that's a really beautiful thing, and there is something out there for everyone, and it's nice to see people with their own sort of take on things getting popular and all that kind of stuff. Things within reason, things that are nice, but then I just don't get why, and I'll never understand it, but I guess it's like the same reason why people read tabloids, right? The sort of sensationalist, over the top
God.
Like
They're
really
awful.
weird content like that. I'm just like, ugh, that's not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for some people, it's for a lot of people, I guess, but it's just like
People who just love drama.
yeah, too much drama.
So I just want to watch a nice Japanese lady make some bento for her husband.
I love that.
Not here for the drama.
Yeah, I love YouTube for that kind of stuff. It's nice.
Nice. Well, speaking of finding lovely things on the internet, where can people find you?
I am in a at the bottom of a diggy hole, one would say. Ooh. I do stream on Twitch. I am part of the Oxcast, just like the lovely Bryony and Kirsty. And I do a podcast with Simon Honeydew, the diggy hole man Lane, as he likes to put it himself. And with Boof, it's called Yomp, which is Ye Old Movie Podcast, and it is part of the same network, the Pickaxe Network, as this lovely podcast right here. My name is G, also known as Geestargames, and that's about it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to us and sharing
this has been really lovely.
your dreams
Thank
and
you for
your
having me.
nightmares. It's been an interesting take to hear on it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for listening. We hope you enjoyed.
Goodbye.
Until next time, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.